Dream Team?
Look at all those dead buffalo. It's a crying shame.
Lexington, Nebraska, September 31st.
It's a teenage squaw, and she's hurt. Every young teenager performs a vigil as part of their journey into adulthood. This girl's on her spirit mission. But she hurt her ankle, and now she wants to know if I can help her finish the mission. It's a feather. If I touch the right animals with this feather, I'll discover the everlasting standing woman and the little man's spirit. I'm looking for 2 spirits altogether. A standing buffalo. It's the everlasting standing woman. She says, take this pine cone and use it to find the tree spirit. A crow. It's the little man spirit. A prairie flower. And he wants me to take it to the girl. It'll tell her the name of her firstborn son. Trees. 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 It's the tree spirit. He wants me to take this blue orb and give it to the squaw. It represents the bright blue sky and has healing powers. But now she knows her firstborn son will be named Prairie Flower. It worked! The blue orb healed the girl. We did it! We helped her on her spirit mission. Now she's off to the village. She says follow her. She'll introduce us to her father. A torch! A torch! A rock. Viola! Now I can cross the creek. A water container. All righty, filled to the brim. A mother and child. I should talk to the chief first. Better find the chief. The chief! The chief! He says he's grateful I helped his daughter. He's willing to offer forgiveness if I can show that I know how important the buffalo is to his people. He wants me to find 3 items made from buffalo and place them in the middle of the sacred buffalo rocks. A mother and child. Baby needs a blanket. In I go. Anything useful in a deerskin blanket. In I go. Anything useful? Rope. Add it to the inventory. A brave. He's grateful for the water. Says I can pluck some pemmican off the rack if I want some. And I do. Pemmican! I should drop this by the sacred buffalo rocks. She's grateful for the deerskin blanket. Here's a baby rattle made from buffalo hide and bone. Let's bring it to the sacred buffalo rocks. The sacred buffalo rocks. 2 more items and these rocks will sing. The sacred The chief says we're almost a brave. A brave. He says he's willing to trade his buffalo hide moccasins for a brave. A brave. If I want his buffalo hide moccasins, I'll have to trade for them with rope. A brave. Awesome. He traded the moccasins for the rope. Better get the sacred buffalo rocks. That's the last item. Listen, the rocks are singing. It worked. The sacred buffalo rocks worked. The buffalo have returned. The chief has forgiven the railroad. Peace at last.
The trains are running again thanks to us. We're back and ready for action. The U.S. Treasury Department authorized the nickel this year. Great. A new coin for outlaws to steal. We've made it to North Platte. Time to move on to Pine Bluff. The mastermind is at it again. All right. We'll be starting in North Platte and jumping along to Pine Bluffs. 180 miles away. At $16,000 per mile, the government's given us $2,880,000. All right, I'm raring to build. North Platte to Pine Bluffs.
Winter? Who's afeard of winter? I seen snow up to my shoulders in these parts. Nothing we can't handle so long as we don't run into any blizzards.
There's trouble with the different native tribes hereabouts. There's hope for a treaty in a couple years, but for now, this prairie's anything but peaceful.
Strange bones have been found in these parts. Some folks say they're from monsters.
The rivers in these parts freeze over during cold winters. People in these parts have taken to skating.
The area is covered in gravel, which may be difficult to build on. Some mysterious... There are remains of an old... hills. The north bank of... Julesburg. This trading post in Colorado is an overland stage station. Lone tree. A tall tree stands all alone. Indian camp. You see men and women wearing colorful red and green clothes. Indian camp. After several years of having their treaties with the U.S., a famous shot. Indian camp. Winter is approaching. It's sure to bring heavy snow. Heavy snowfall can occur in these parts for weeks, and sometimes winter is approaching.
I say we build a...
Let's build sheds over...
If it snows bad, better off stop and work for the winter. You don't want to end up like the Donner Party. At $50,000, that monster snowplow had a monster price tag. Your workers hope you can put... There are remains of an old Spanish camp here. One of your workers finds a map that says there's treasure buried at El Fuego.
I copied these words out of the F page in a Spanish to English dictionary.
Your workers dig under the old campfire and discover a box filled with old Spanish coins. They're made of gold and are worth $10,000. Julesburg. Welcome to Colorado. This overland stage station has just been attacked by the Cheyenne. You get caught in the middle. You're lost.
The burning of Julesburg.
The Overland Trail mail route was owned and operated by Ben Holliday, the stagecoach king. Julesburg. Huge black clouds bring a blizzard to the prairie. Your monster snowplow keeps the tracks clear. We've made it! All right! We'll be North Platte to... Winter's approaching. It's sure to... Your workers build 100 miles of snow sheds over the tracks. There are remains of an old Spanish... Your workers dig... Julesburg. Come winter... We've made it to... All right! We'll be North Platte... Winter's approaching. You send back to Omaha for supplies for winter headquarters. They cost you $300,000. There are remains of a... Your workers dig under the old... Julesburg. Thunderheads are seen on the horizon. Before long, you're hit with a blizzard. Your winter headquarters protect your workers. Company bonus, $50,000. Sitting in a tent on the prairie wasn't my idea of a party. But for $50,000, I reckon it was worth it. Lodgepole Creek. The trees along this creek make excellent lodge poles for teepees. That wood trestle bridge cost us $25,000. It's just a little creek, though. We could have done better with a smaller bridge. The Arapaho depend upon these trees. Cutting them down could mean trouble, but they're great wood for building. What do you want to do?
No need to risk it.
Shipping in lumber. Lodgepole Creek. Good choice. That cost us only $10,000. Pine Bluffs. The mastermind is at it again. There's more on our way. North Platte, Nebraska, August 14th, 1867. A bomb has been spotted in the train yard. Your mission? Clear the locomotive out of the train.
I can tell by his hat. He's an engineer. He ain't going near the trains. He's afraid of the bomb. Says we better get his train out of the train yard. First, we have to connect the mail car to the green locomotive. A steel-tipped whip. One spark from this could detonate a blasting powder keg in no time. Aha! The mail car! On the move! Forward gear. Into reverse we go. The throttle is now open. Up we go! Forward gear engaged. The throttle is now open. Here you go, buddy. Now get out of here before she blows. On the move! Up we go! Forward here and throttle. I'll blow them up. Stand back. I'll go inside the roundhouse now. I'll have to pull the right lever to turn the train around. Look at the lever that sounds like the turn. We'll have to push it into the roundhouse to get. On the move! Forward. The throttle is now open. I'll have to pull the right lever. Sounds. In the cab.
North Platte, Nebraska, August 14th, 1867. A bomb has been spotted in the train yard. Your mission? Clear the locomotive out of the train yard and detonate that bomb. Good luck!
Up we go! In the cab. Up we go! In the cab. There you go, buddy. Now get out of here before she blows. The saloon keeper. He was hiding under the bar, afeard of the bomb. Says the outlaw locked it up. The combination is 3 letters that spell out a word that describes the outlaw. 3 letters that spell out a word that describes the outlaw. Box. Click on the arrows to turn the lock. Always. Got it! The bomb! A well! Down the well she goes. We did it.
Belle Starr has been... We're coming to get you, Belle! Belle Starr is holed up in an Indian village. Your mission?
Medicine Man! Medicine Man! A Pawnee brave! He knows where Belle Star is hiding. Here's what he says. Give it food and it will live. Give it water and it will die. Give it food and it will... Outlaw, where you be? Outlaw, where you be? Give it food and it will live. Give it water and it will die. Why, it's fire, of course. She must be in that teepee. Belle Star, show your ugly face. We found her, but she escaped again. That varmint. Let's find out where she's hiding next. This is what he has to say. It can make you lighter or cause your death.
Belle Star is holed up in an Indian village. Your mission? Find Belle.
I'll sniff them out. We caught Belle Star! Yeehaw!
Pine Bluffs is a nice town, but our next milestone is Rollins. I think I just sprained my brain. Get a load of this. They've invented a machine that produces paper shopping bags. What'll they think of next? A deal at twice the price. Alaska just became part of the country for a mere $7.2 million. Pine Bluffs is engineering. We'll be starting in Pine Bluffs and running this train to Rollins. 190 miles away, at $32,000 per mile, the government's given us $3,400,000. All right, let's build ourselves a railroad. Pine Bluffs to Rollins.
Trading? All that talking gives me a headache. Give me a deck of cards and a saloon, and I'll get us what we need.
The way I see it, it's best we trade early. It's a long way to Rollins, and I reckon we should be ready for whatever comes our way.
All sorts of folks in these parts, and they'll all be wanting something from us. If you're doing any trading, think about what those folks need.
Trading posts like this one are few and far between. Take advantage of them. Be careful, though, or they'll take advantage of you.
Veda Vu Stone Formations. The name means earthborn spirit. The Arapaho think Laramie, Wyoming. In 1866, the first permanent settlement in Laramie was built. There's a fort and trade. In the 1820s, a trapper named Trapper's Cabin. Locals say this abandoned cabin has a map to a secret gold mine. Mysterious cache. A large Veda Vu stone. You get an urgent telegram from some German homesteaders. What message do you want to send them? It's
Here's
the Homestead Act of 18. You get an urgent telegram from some German
Here's Morse code. Here's Morse code. Use it to figure out what the message says. It may be a trick. Sometimes settlers trick you into coming to their settlement so they can sell you stuff. If we don't go, though, and they're telling the truth, them settlers could be
Indians attacking? Sounds like them settlers need us something fierce. On the other hand, if we go running off fighting everybody's wars, we could end up broke or dead. Tough call, but here's what I say we do.
Here's Morse code. Use it to figure out what the message says. You probably don't need to look up every letter. Work smart.
You agreed to help the homesteaders. You arrive with guns ready and find they were lying about the Indian attack.
In the plains, there are few trees.
Trapper's Cabin. Locals say this abandoned cabin has a map to a secret gold mine, but there could be trouble from the grizzly bears in the area. Bad idea. When one of your workers is attacked by a grizzly, your workers refuse to go back to the cabin. Dang. The Laramie Mountains are made up of granite. They can be steep and difficult to cross. These mountains are too steep for a cut or gap. You lose. The Laramie Mountains are made up. The granite here is too hard. The Laramie Mountains. With all this blasting, I can't hear myself think. And I think pretty loud. Cave in. A tunnel cave. The Laramie River is wide and shallow. A bluff along a river. The Laramie River. Excellent choice. Laramie, Wyoming. By the time the first passenger train arrived in Laramie, the city already had 23 saloons, 1 hotel, and no churches.
Fort Laramie is in this.
Some say this area is ripe for mining.
They're thinking of opening a prison in Laramie to.
The main surveyor.
In the 1820s, the Laramie River is wide. Excellent choice. Medicine. Whew. We made it through the mountain, but I've just about had it with carrying rocks. Trees. There are excellent trees for railroad ties and fuel.
The Indians like these trees for a reason. It's just about the best wood I ever seen.
The trees here are just about the best when it comes to making weapons. The Native Americans believe they're filled with good medicine or magic and will protect them in battle. Cutting down these trees could mean big trouble.
Not cutting down trees in this powwow area was a good decision. You spent $50,000 to ship in wood, but it would have cost more to try to cut down the trees. The river is a good bridge choice. Strong and not too expensive. Pine Bluffs is a nice engineering. We'll be Pine Bluffs to Rollins. Difficult mountains ahead. Your mission.
Way I see it, it's best we trade early. It's a.
Trading? All that talking gives me a headache.
There are plenty of places to trade in these parts. Trading. Lodgepole Creek. The trees along this creek make excellent The Laramie River is. The river is wide and shallow. The banks on both sides have.
Depending on.
You get an urgent telegram from some. Good decision. Turns out the homesteaders were lying about the. Trapper's Cabin. Locals say this abandoned cabin has a map to a secret. Good idea. Your workers are safe from grizzly attacks and discover a map in the cabin showing a secret gold mine in the Sierra Madres. Here, watch closely, and I'll point it out. The Laramie Mountains are made. Whew. We made it through the mountain, but I've just about had it with carrying rocks. Cave in. The Laramie River is excellent choice. Laramie, Wyoming. The Laramie River is excellent choice. Medicine Bow. Whew. We made it through the mountain, but I've just about had it with carrying rocks. Trees. There are not cutting down. The river is wide and good bridge choice. Strong and not too expensive. Hungry bears raid your workers' food supplies. They snatch up meat. These mountains are difficult to cross. Whew. We made it through the mountain, but I've just about had it with carrying rocks. You find gold! The fur trapper's map was correct. A secret gold mine in the Sierra Madres earns you 300. Rollins, Wyoming. The locals are so happy to have the train here. There are celebrations for days at this outpost. Just got word of a panic in Lexington. An outlaw is about to bomb one of our bridges.
We're there! Look out!
Lexington, Nebraska, August 28, 1868. An outlaw has bombed.
It's the worker tent. Apples. The telegraph. The telegram has the combination. Better figure out the Morse code and open that box up. Let's go. Worker tent. Worker tent. A lock box. A lock. It's open. A chain. The telegraph. The telegraph. Chain's in place. All I need to do is back this baby up, and we're home free. That's the reverse. That's the throttle. The train's safe. Now it's time to rebuild the bridge. Better ask the engineer what needs to get done. Get along now. That's a good boy. Now the tie layers can get to work. The telegraph. The telegraph. Better type in the Morse code for spikes. Click on the dashes and dots to spell out the word letter by letter. Here come the spikes. Spikes! Better hand them to the spike drivers. It's the spike drivers. There they go. Let's head back to the bridge and see how they're doing. Worker tent. A worker looks busy. A worker looks busy. Look, the bridge, it's fixed. The trains can run again. Yee-haw!
Back near Columbus, we'll get Hardin and James with a little help from the Dream Team. So, John Wesley Hardin and Jesse James are hiding out together in the train.
engineer! This man's a hero! He discovered James and Hardin hiding out in one of the trains. Know what he did? He locked them in there. This man's a hero! He discovered James and Hardin hiding out in one of the trains. Know what he did? He locked them in there. The train car we're looking for is southeast of the well.
So, John Wesley Hardin and Jesse James are hiding out together in the train yard. Your
Train car! Train car! Think they're hiding in there? Outlaw, where are you? Rats, the door's locked. I'll need to find the combination. Where's that engineer?
So, John Wesley Hardin and Jesse James are hiding. Back near Columbus, someone will get Hardin and James with a little help from. So, John Wesley Hardin and Jesse James are hiding out.
An engineer! This man's a hero! He discovered James and Hardin hiding out in one of the trains. Know what he did? He locked them in there. The train car we're looking for is northwest of the well. I'll sniff him out.
Back near we'll get Hardin and James. So,
An engineer. This man's a hero. He discovered James and Hardin hiding out in one of the trains. Know what he did? He locked them in there. The train car we're looking for is southeast of the well. I'll sniff them out. I'll sniff them out. Rats! The door is locked. I'll need a train car. Think they're hiding in there? Why didn't he say so in the first place? The combination is BA and then an even number. I'll sniff them out. names! Show your faces! Now! All right, you two. Your outlaw days are numbered.
Nice going! We're almost there. All we have to do is build the promontory, and we won! Hold your iron horses, I'm working here! Americans are a fashionable bunch these days, now that sewing machines let the ladies make their own clothes. Dinner is served. The first Pullman dining car, offering train passengers luxurious meals, just hit the tracks. This is your train of thought journal. It tracks your progress. The chief engineer is in charge of engineering the teamster drives the teams of horses and mules. The switchman works the engineer operates the locomotive. This is the mission section of the journal, where you'll get this is the geography section, this is the engineering. Nice
Building.
Good! Start building from Rollins, Wyoming. And we won't stop building until we hit Promontory, Utah, the end of the line. That's 350 long miles away. Let's see how much money we have. $5,600,000. Not bad at all. Let's get building. Rollins to Promontory.
You show me a place that gets less than 10 inches of rain a year, and I'll show you a desert.
Not all deserts are hot, you know.
You can see some funny-looking rocks around here. The wind blows the sand at them so hard they change shape.
It usually rains.
Mysterious stones. Locals have found strange stones here with sparkling colors. Coal fields. There's coal all over the place here and very little wood. You might want to convert your trains to burn coal. Evanston, Wyoming. The town was named for the railroad. These famous hot springs gush out of the earth at 100 gallons a minute. Consider building here. Some say the hot springs will be more important to this area in the long run than the mines. Red Desert. Locals say these miles and miles of waterless high desert The Red Desert is burning rock. Some locals say it's tough going through the desert, but your water supply is holding out. Good work. Warning, there are no lakes or streams ahead, so
I've scouted out the Red Desert and I found clam shells in the sand.
I'm telling you, the only water in this desert is what you bring.
I saw a place out there where the water's just shimmering in the sand.
Good decision. Stock up on water here. There are 80 miles of desert, and you need 800 gallons of water per mile. Good choice. You brought just enough. Red Desert. The desert is a dangerous place. Rattlesnake. Green River. The Green River runs very fast and has a sandy bottom. Good bridge choice. Strong and not too expensive. 1,000-mile tree. Surveyors tell you that this tree marks Evanston, Wyoming. Supply station here. Wasatch Mountains. You finally hit the dreaded Rocky Mountains. Great job! In mountains this tall, a tunnel's the only way to go. 1,000-mile tree. This tree marks exactly 1,000. Promontory, Utah. Congratulations! You've made it all the way to the end. Another suspect has been spotted. Question him, and we're done. Geronimo is somewhere in this Native American village. Your mission is to find him.
He's south of here. Go east. He says go west. Go east. We picked the wrong hiding place. Outlaw, where are you? Geronimo, come out of there. He ran to another teepee. Let's find him. Go north. He says go west. Go east. He's south of here. Go north. He says Geronimo's... Remember, we only have one chance to get... He says Geronimo's in here. Remember, Geronimo, come out of there. All right, Geronimo. You may be innocent, but we're taking you in.
Hold your iron horse. What's a root beer? Sounds healthy. Well, anyway, Charles Elmer Hires sold his first root beer this year. 1869. Ulysses Grant was inaugurated as U.S. President this year. The waffle iron was invented this year.
The mastermind hides his tracks well, but everyone we're looking for knows something about him. That's where this... Let's leave the engineering to Jack and the interrogate. Whenever you capture, don't forget. I can ask questions that are polite, tough. A question that's tough as nails. Okay, kid, spill the beans. Who's your boss?
Speaking of victuals, he's a chef.
We just got ourselves our first clue. Now comes the interesting part. On the cell door is the galvanic skin response steam-powered truth meter. It measures the amount of sweat on the outlaw's dirty palms. It'll gauge whether or not our outlaw friend is telling the truth, lying, or dodgy, which is somewhere in between. A dodgy clue. Useless. One of these men is the mastermind who stole the golden spike and hired the outlaws to sabotage our railroad. Every time we get a clue, I'll record it here in the Train of Thought journal. Outlaw interrogate where? A question that's tough as nails. You better tell me where your boss lives, or they'll call you Billy the Grandpa by the time you leave here.
Shut up already! He might live on an island, but I'm not sure.
Dodgy. I hate those. I'll record it anyway. What? Tough as nails. Billy, you rascally robber. Tell me what your boss looks like or I'll give you what for.
Hold on to your what for. I'll tell you this. He has blonde hair.
A dodgy clue. Useless. How? Let's be tough as nails and see if that works. Tell me how your boss earns his living, Billy the baby, or you'll be living in that cell for a very, very long time.
Ah, forget your threats. I'll just tell you that he earns his money in the West.
Dodgy. I hate those. I'll record it anyway. Who? Let's see if being polite works. Mr. Harden, would you kindly please tell me who you are working for?
Kindly? I wouldn't even tell you nastily.
Dang, we need a clue. Who? Loco question. It'll drive 'em nuts. Hey, who has more teeth? You or a dolphin?
Heck, I only got 13 teeth on a good day. Does that answer your loco question?
Dang, we need a clue. Who? Let's be tough as nails and see if that works. Answer my question, Harden. And answer it now. Who's your boss?
He's rich now and always was rich, unlike myself, who had to scratch and claw my way to the bottom. I mean the top.
Dodgy. I'll put that in the journal anyway. Where? Let's be tough as nails and see if that works. I hope you like your nice cold cell, John Wesley Harden. You're going to grow old in there if you don't tell me where your boss lives.
I wish I had some of the fine tobacco that grows where he lives, so I could die before I grow old and deny you the satisfaction.
False, huh? I'll make a record of it. Let's be tough as nails and see if that works. Pay attention, Hardin. What does your boss look like?
His hair is darker than my soul.
False. A question that's tough as nails. Explain how your boss makes a living, or it will be more bread and water for a week.
Shows how much you know. I like bread and water.
Drats, not a clue. How? Let's see if being polite works. Thanks for being such a good inmate, John. Now, would you mind telling me how your boss makes a living?
You bet I'd mind.
That's not a clue. How? Let's catch him off guard with a loco question. How mean are you anyway, Hardin?
I'm meaner than my boss, the tightwad. He never gives his money away, least of all to me.
Not true. I'll record it in the journal.
You leave me alone, or I'll do you a mischief.
Who? A polite question, huh? Mr. James, would you kindly tell me who your boss is?
My pleasure. He wasn't born in this century.
Wait, not true. All polite. Mr. James, you can tell me where the mastermind lives, now can't you?
Someone told me he lives up north.
Dodgy. I hate those. I'll record it anyway. How? Polite. Interested in better grub, Mr. James? I can make that happen. Now, tell me, how does your boss earn a living?
He sells stuff. Satisfied?
A true clue. I'll record it in the journal. What? A polite question, huh? You seem like a reasonable person, Jesse. Please tell me what your boss looks like.
I won't tell you everything, but I'll say that he's got some hair on his face.
It's true. I'll put it in the journal. Who? Loco question. It'll drive 'em nuts. Who? I'm asking questions just like Mr. Owl would.
Do not joke of the owl. He has wisdom you so painfully lack.
Not talking, huh?
I am not a criminal.
Who? Polite. I've heard that the Apaches are an honest people. So honestly, who's trying to destroy the railroad?
Bell Star told me he can work a telegraph.
Where? A polite question, huh? Mr. Geronimo, let's make this easy on ourselves. Where does the mastermind live?
Though I have never visited there myself, I have heard he lives in a city with a famous bell.
How? It's true. I'll put it in the journal. A polite question, huh? Mr. Geronimo, I'd be grateful if you'd tell me how the mastermind makes a living.
Like all people from the East, he works with firearms. That is my guess.
Not true. I'll record it in the journal. What? A polite question, huh? Let's keep things simple. What does the mastermind look like?
If he is anything like an Apache brave, he plucks his beard out.
A dodgy clue. Useless. Who? Let's catch him off guard with a loco question. Who plows snow in duck feathers?
Don't know about ducks, but speaking of turkeys, he was born near Thanksgiving. That new holiday Lincoln set up.
A true clue. I'll record it in the journal. Where? Let's catch him off guard with a loco question. Where does the armadillo sleep?
I do declare, you're a whack job.
Drats, not a clue. Where? A question that's tough as nails. Now, no more nonsense. Where does your boss live? Let's have some answers, pronto.
My boss isn't even from this country, and he's easier to understand than you are. Maybe I've said too much.
Dodgy. I hate those. I'll record it anyway. How? Let's catch him off guard with a loco question. How does the mastermind make money, Sonny?
I'm smart enough not to answer your smart aleck questions. Heck, I'm so smart I could go to the college the mastermind is starting up. Oops.
Dodgy. I hate those. I'll record it anyway. What? Let's catch him off guard with a loco question. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody is around to hear it, what color are snowflakes?
As white as my boss's hair? Ugh, you tricked me into saying that.
True. I'll mark it in the journal.
Sarah, dear, here's the deal. Stay on your toes, 'cause I'm a heel. I beg to differ, lady dear, but I'm not the man you want in here. I got no food, I got no bed, I got an empty stomach and it's gone to my head. Sarah, dear, here's the deal. Stay on your toes, 'cause I'm a...
Helium? Have a heart! After all, it's me, Black Bart!
Let's get back to the Let's see who's full of hot air.
Turn it off! Turn it off! The helium is making me cough!
Better now? Who? Polite. Mr. Bart, please be kind and tell me who's the mastermind.
I'm sick of your rhymes, and sick I feel. My stomach's not made of my boss's steel.
Dodgy. I'll put that in the journal anyway. Let's catch him off guard with a loco question. Who is in the house, big, tall, heavy, bloated mouse, eating all my cheese?
Sarah, my memory's a little bit hazy. For Sarah, my dear, you're a little bit crazy.
That's not a clue. Who? Tough as nails. Black Bart, who's your boss? Answer me now, before I get cross.
As much as I enjoy a rhyme, I can't answer at this time.
Drats, not a clue. Where? Loco question. It'll drive 'em nuts. Where is the spare chair in your hair?
Please, may I just hit the hay? There's nothing more I want to say.
Dang, we need a clue. Where? Tough as nails. You can glare if you want, and you can stare. I demand that you tell me your boss is where.
I don't care about your wants, so please just stop with all of your taunts.
Drats, not a clue. Where? Let's see if being polite works. Tell me where your boss does dwell, so I can free you from this cell. Wouldn't that be swell?
Even though that ditty is not very pretty, I'll tell you that he lives in a very big city.
A dodgy clue. Useless. What? Let's catch him off guard with a loco question. Black Bart, please be kind. Throw away your diaper when you change your mind.
If words were guns, you'd be a sniper. My brain needs not a baby's diaper.
That's not a clue. What? A question that's tough as nails. Black Bart, it's time to be smart. Tell me what the mastermind looks like, or I'll take you apart.
If you want the truth sometime, I'll have to have a nicer rhyme.
Not talking, huh? What? A polite question, huh? Black Bart, I'm your biggest fan. What does your boss look like? What kind of a man?
Sarah, dear, no need to beg. My boss's head is as bald as an egg.
Not true. I'll record it in the journal. How? Let's catch him off guard with a loco question. How do you bow to a big green cow?
Start making sense. You're making me tense.
Dang, we need a clue. How? Tough as nails. Black Bart, on thin ice you're about to skate. How does your boss earn a living of late?
I don't know, and I don't care. You're worse than itchy underwear.
That's not a clue. How? Let's see if being polite works. Do tell me, Mr. Bart, just how does your leader keep money in his feeder?
Much to my enjoyment, I know of his employment. In many businesses does he toil, but to charity he remains most loyal.
True. I'll mark it in the journal. One of these men is the mastermind who stole the golden spike and hired the outlaws to sabotage our railroad. Every time we get a clue, I'll record it here in the Train of Thought journal. Click on a mastermind to look at the clues. I'll list the clues we get for each question word. Click on the question words to compare the clues to the information we have on each mastermind. If all clues for this question word match the information for that question word, put a check mark in the box. If all 4 boxes are checked, you can bet you found the mastermind. You can't guess who the mastermind is until you have all the clues. There they sit. It's like a flea incubator. Andrew Carnegie. Compare the clues on this list to the who information on this mastermind. Who clues. Compare them to the what information on this mastermind. If they all add up, put a check mark in the blank box. Compare the where clues to the where information. Check the box if the clues apply. You may not need all the clues to tell whether or not this is the mastermind. Guilty! You did it! Andrew Carnegie is the mastermind.
Mastermind! Surrender that golden spike!
The golden spike mystery is solved!
We got him! The golden spike! Victory is ours!
Jack, we did it!
All ready now. It's time to drive the final spike. The telegraph signal sent round the world will be 3 dots for the commencement of the blows. 1, 2, 3. The Golden Spike Ceremony. The country is united. We're right on track for future glory. Time to join the team. You can start building from scratch, or you can